It's all downhill from here. Jim,
Yeah.
let's talk a little bit about modern wrestling as it airs on TV or whatever we call it nowadays.
As it unfolded the other night. And I've got to say, for one thing, SmackDown last week, I read the recap. That's when we were in the middle of determining whether we were going to all die or not. So I read the recap. There was nothing earth shaking, and there's more important things going on. So we're trying to catch up now. We're going to start up with Raw on May 19th. That was a Monday night on the Netflix. And boy, howdy, this thing's gotten awfully long. Some highlights of this were AJ Styles and Penta going about 30 minutes with Finn Balor and JD McDonough. They had a multiple women's Money in the Bank qualifier. They had Sheamus versus Grayson Waller. They had a lot of commercials, a lot of spots. And before we talk about the good segments and or unfortunately the controversial segment or the one people are talking about, this is, you said it best when you sent me an email that you got that they sent out to people as a promotional tool to try to make them watch their television. And it was like they advertised every mid-card person wrestling that you could find on their roster, and nothing appealing. The matches are just in between the segments with the stars coming out and becoming orators. And it's kind of just coasting now, isn't it?
Yeah, they keep sending out this email preview of SmackDown and Raw, and NXT also, actually. And they're now convincing me not to watch their shows. And these ads, like you said, and I hate to classify anyone as mid-card, people are over. People are buying tickets. This may be just me. But they put all these people in there. It's like if the Attitude Era did the same thing, but you didn't have Austin or The Rock or The Undertaker or Mick Foley. You can list everything else on the show except for those four. And I know that, sometimes you want a guy to do a surprise run-in. Certain guys are not being booked on the show right now. Cody's obviously repairing himself or whatever. But it's the same characters week in and week out. And that's always been wrestling, but that was always when wrestling was a 1-hour show. 3 hours of nothing really moving and matches that are just matches, but I don't know. Again, it may be just me. I'm just not into it right now. And the emails they send out to hype me up on their television shows have been the preview I needed to say, I'll just watch the Mets, and the other monitor in the office doesn't really need to be on.
And that's the thing. We'll probably do it on, I've got a list of some of the gates they've been doing lately. We'll probably do that on the Experience, but they're making money hand over fist. But this is not a thrill ride for 3 hours of SmackDown on Friday or 2 hours and 30 minutes of Raw on Mondays, as much as it is a chance to see one kind of sort of angle, and otherwise the guys are doing personal appearances and talking you into the building for their next fucking match, which is not going to be on that show that you're watching. And I know that's part of wrestling, but it just seems like everything takes so fucking long to accomplish.